So, when we previously left off, our crew had gathered some very dark information about what had happened between Nisha and Luna upon what appears to be their capture at this druid griffin camp, as well as what these druids' involvement is with the griffins with the town that Crow had taken commission on.
Hi, I'm Crow.
That's not Crow. What the fuck? Who are you and what have you done with the real Crow?
Ow!
Can we stop being inane for like 5 seconds, please?
Sorry, I will be less retarded from...
Alright, the 5 seconds is up.
Alright, Pyro, as the DM, you need to not be mentally handicapped all night. Thank you very much.
Well, then how can it be a GM?
He has to be at the acceptable legal level.
Either way. After
we're not
group
touch
contemplation on how to proceed with new information given, things could go one of many different ways. So far, collectively, it appears that they are going to go the neutral route of leave them to their own devices.
Kill everyone.
I mean, that's the mass genocide route.
Yeah, I thought that's what we were leaning towards.
I believe we left it off with, we'll discuss it while on the road.
That's why I said leaning towards. I didn't say decided on.
Yeah.
So, want to commit mass genocide.
So, with that, everyone gathers what back they can and proceeds to go back into town, retracing steps, and are now back into town at the North Gate. By this time, it's approximately late midday, probably about 4 p.m., 12-hour cycle-wise. Crow is carrying a head that was decapitated as proof of the slaughter. And for the first time, you are seeing Nisha and Luna separate. Walking with the rest of the crew on opposite sides of the crew. So if everyone's huddled into a bunch, they're on opposite sides. With Luna more or less trying to keep her distance as a whole from everyone.
Oh, I can't see the screen share.
I mean, there's nothing to screen share just yet.
Oh.
How are we proceeding? Yes, you are in town, in case I didn't make that clear.
I'm going to... I break from the group and basically she's like, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go do some magic hunting.
Okay.
She says, I'm tired of being powerless.
So where are we looking? Where are we going? Chopsticks move.
So, where would I go if I were looking for someone to teach magic to someone?
In some place like this, that would be a good question. You're not from around here, nor know the local area to really give an educated guess. As far as in general, private tutors and colleges are typically the most common ways of acquiring magical practice. Due to the drought, chances are prices will be elevated.
Damn it, that's Osmi.
Well, would there be anyone who'd be willing to like if I start
God, that's a mimic.
if I start asking around, would anyone like have any advice for me?
One way to find out.
Well, I guess she's gonna find the nearest magic shop.
Fortunately, you come empty-handed because there hasn't been one here.
Oh dear. Then
A lack of that too.
Like, well, what do I do?
It's a good question. What do you do? This town is very old-fashioned, from what you can tell. Especially since upon first arrival, this is most of their anything is based around trade and barter. They fish, they hunt, they gather. You've yet to see a single magic user. In fact, all of you are the first magic users these people have seen. Hi, beepies.
The first magic they've probably seen was Victoria opening the door. No, I can't fireball.
Fireball at 600 miles per hour down the shaft.
However, I have a very important question for you that I'm saying in DMs.
Okay.
I was so confused at who that was directed to for a second.
Well, after finding nothing, she just comes back and she's just more depressed.
Okay, within that time frame of you going to look, I would have already been off to go try and cash in this job.
Okay. So you return to the equivalents of the central hall. And just to make things a little sped up, you request audience and showcase the Griffin head to the front spokesperson. They acquire the individual you spoke with prior hand to confirm the payments. And who all is following Crow to the chambers?
I guess
I'm probably going with him.
Well, while Crow is doing this, you were off meandering, kinda.
Oh.
Sean, Tori.
I'm following.
Okay.
I'll probably
Is my
stay
mic
back
muted?
with. No, I can hear you.
Okay.
I'll probably stay back with well, keep an eye on Luna and Nisha.
Alright.
Keep back.
So, Victoria and Crow, as you enter into the chambers, the leader will take a seat. I can't remember his name right now, but that's not really important at the current moment. Leader will sit down, and after both of you sit from across from him in what appears to be the equivalent of like a sofa, setting the trophy on the coffee table. Still bleeding, by the way, but slowly, but not at a rapid pouring pace it was on the way here.
That's fine.
Yeah,
They'll buffer it out.
We know. So, what were they like? Because clearly, you've gotten closest than many of us have. Where'd you find them? Where were they?
Got a map?
Oh, hello, Kitty. He'll meander off to the side. Takes out a water skin from a drawer and pours himself a goblet of whatever this liquid is that's inside of it. It's like an icy, kind of powder blue look. Before grabbing a piece of parchment that's fairly large, give or take the average flag size, and lays it across a separate table that is used as a desk at the moment.
I'll walk up and I'll mark out the path that we took.
Okay.
Nice. Just drop that anywhere, Pyro.
Oh, thanks. I'll throw the
And
cat
then-
wherever.
Yes.
That was the sound of the cat jumping off of my lap.
Uh-huh. Anyways.
Pyro totally didn't throw the cat.
Yeah, Pyro totally didn't pull in the Linity.
What?
Oh,
Or was that Sniper Wolf?
No, that was. Oh no, I'm not sure. I don't remember.
I think it was a Linity.
so
But,
look, as
Dawson.
long as he doesn't shake.
oh god.
Please, I beg of you, don't do that.
No, Joker! No! Don't do it!
There's
Okay.
no laws against cats, Batman.
Oh,
Yes, there are, Joker.
Quite literally a whole fucking
Where's
group
Rachel?
of laws.
Joker, there's so many laws against that. You can't do it, Joker. Don't do it. Joker, if you do it, I'll break my one rule. I'll kill you.
Not a bitch
There's
back
no
then.
laws against Pokemon bats.
Joker, there's like literally twice as many laws against Pokemon as there are animals. It's really weird. Like every country
Only
has
in
rules on it.
Texas.
No, Joker. Every country.
Jesus Christ.
Damn it!
Okay, so,
You guys didn't expect
marking
me to
out the
actually-
path, explaining explain the route and whatnot.
Okay.
And midway through explaining the route, I'll also make a point to look him dead in the eye and say, "It's not over yet.
I just shit my
We've bought time. That's it."
Sean,
More
did you
time.
just say you shit your pants?
These creatures are actually druids.
I just shit my pants.
Druids.
From what I understand, there's nearly 700 of them in this colony.
Hmm.
The one that I was able to speak to said that he was taking your crops and your cattle as a tax for claiming their land.
Claiming land. Nothing I'm familiar with.
I'll go ahead and pull out from my bag all the notes and whatnot, along with the blueprints, all
Oh,
that fun stuff.
All the legal documentation. Alright,
Yep.
let me roll something here. Okay.
Roll for douchebag check.
So, he will review them and look them over. He's got a very puzzled look on his face. Strange. Why haven't these become into my hands? That would explain a lot. Oh, that's why. And he points to the bottom of the page. Specifically the signature on it. Haven't heard that name in a long time. I'd have to do some investigation on this. If what they're saying is true, if we invaded on their land, we've got bigger fish to fry then. Speaking of fish, that reminds me. Never knew that. Later. Anyway. So these druids, 600-700 of them. How many did you? Kind of does the thumb across the neck kind of gesture. Just looks kind of awkward while doing it too.
At least 20.
300.
Damn.
Down, kitty. No,
See,
down.
what's funny is River
Down.
doesn't get that.
Down, kitty. Thank you.
I didn't hear it.
No, Sean said 300, but I don't think they've explained to you what that's from.
So,
I automatically took it. Mean it's from the 300 movie.
no.
Damn. Okay. But
So, I'll explain it to you later.
yes.
So, he'll give it like a slow nod. About 20. There's still several hundred to deal with. If they would be eradicated. Takes a swig from his goblet, setting it down next to the map. He'll take out from a drawer that's on the desk itself and put up like one of those little flags that they'll put on battle maps. It's a bright, dark blue, like an ocean blue.
I think those words contradict.
It could be a gradient.
Fair enough.
No.
He begins like playing with his goatee a little bit. And he's thinking. So, you mentioned you bought time. Elaborate.
I was able to convince them to try and hold a peace negotiation of sorts. Obviously, with their numbers and my numbers, we can't take on that kind of force alone. And with the people in town, it would still be a highly formidable force to go against. So I figured the best way to handle things is to go ahead, buy you some time, and let you make the final decision. 9 days.
9 days.
3 days.
That should give me enough time to dig up any histories. If these are the originals, then there's bound to be copies somewhere. We always keep a minimum of 3. One is the original, one is a copy for legals, and the third one is for archives. If the other 2 are missing, these are obviously forgeries. But if I find them, that would make things a lot easier.
Bro, didn't you say they'd been here longer than the town had?
That's what the one who I spoke to suggested, yes.
So would they even be in your records, or would we have to look in the country's records?
These records specifically talk about the formation of the town. So, surely they would be here, or if not here, you might be able to find something at the capital.
Boss, you're not getting the hibachi. Stop trying.
Damn cat.
He says he is, and there's nothing you can do about it.
There's nothing interesting in there. It's just an empty bowl with maybe a few grains of rice.
He says
Simply,
that's his empty
liked
bowl with his grains of rice.
So, you mentioned the capital, and he kind of like flicks his head up. They have no affiliation with us. At least I'd hope not. I'd surely hope not.
What do you mean by that?
Well, the capital is, granted, overseer of all of Foruna. However, There are certain spots that they consider to be inhabitable. This being one of them. Not on their charts, not on their maps. So we can just handle business as people and not have to worry about government officials outside of our own.
I see.
Blind spots.
Well-
So that's the predicament you're in.
The capital then might have records of their ownership of this area if you do not.
Well, as I said simply, if these legal documents are forgeries, I will know very quickly because I will not find a second or a third copy. If I find at least minimum of one copy of either the archives or the legal filings, that'll at least
But that's-
confirm their legitimate.
That's only the stuff within your own town, though.
Correct.
And if they're older than your town is, you would have to look at a higher place, such as the capital.
There's just one problem with that. I show my face into the capital and I'm trying to dictate certain land, like I am with this.
Then perhaps we send a group of people they would not know, disguised as entrepreneurs, looking to build a mine way out here. So they are looking for the papers of whomever owns this particular plot of land.
As far as
Because
I'm
they
aware,
have a
it's supposed to be labeled
suspicion-
inhabitable, meaning
A mine,
even
the
these-
area for a mine doesn't have to be habitable as you would consider it.
Let me see what I can find through my own diggings. You said you've bought me 9 days. I can at least get that figured out in 2. Possibly sooner, depending on how many people I've signed to start sorting through and digging through.
I would suggest as many as possible.
Well, for granted, I at least have 5 couriers I could assist with.
Godspeed.
We're gonna
Come
need
on.
that. Now, it's not exactly what was requested upon the bounty. However, I'd say that's good as done. It's one of those chicken lays an egg, now you have to make the omelet kind of situation. You've made the chicken lay the egg, now I've got to figure out how to make the omelet. Payment is in range, yes. Now, I'm very aware that, well, your copy has a lower bounty price than what I have been putting out more recently. But being I've now got more fish to fry, as well as bigger problems on my hands, both legally and for the sake of my own people, I'll do you a justice. I'll take it and double it. How's that sound?
And you can afford such a price?
I do have a treasury. It's my own personal one. It's what I was doing to foot the bill for this commission as well. Anyway, most of this was going towards advertising. Any and all coin that I get are typically through exports, saying that we are fishermen from the east. Well, not east. Which way is left? East, north, west.
West.
West, yes. Fishermen from the west. Going to some of these harbor cities, like the Mountain Lake District down south. They never know. They pay pretty penny for what we catch up here, too. It's very interesting. Because apparently they don't get many ice fish down there, but at the same time, there's not much ice down there. Catch 22.
You're rambling.
I am. I apologize.
I'll make you a deal, though.
I'm listening.
I'll take the original agreed upon price now. If by the end of these 9 days that I've bought you, you feel that you can afford the rest, I'll take it.
I can afford it here and now.
Not. If not,
Crow,
use
take
it to
now.
arm your citizens.
Damn it, Crow.
Very well. He'll stand up and he'll hit a button that's under the desk, to which will
Trapdoors
literally
open under our feet.
no.
No, that's the lever.
Is it the one on the
We
left
get-
or the one on the right?
Just pull it.
Wrong
get a-
lever!
We get ejected.
So he pushes the button, and one of the drawers he's had open for a while now pops up with a false bottom.
Nice.
He'll reach in and he'll pull out pretty nice, sizable leather coin purse. Give or take about the size of a very nice ripe orange.
Okay.
$1,000 gold pieces sitting right in there.
Nice.
Then for lodging, where can we find a place to stay for the night? No offense to your
None taken.
residence.
None taken. We don't exactly have an inn or a tavern. Well, publicly at least. However...
Speakeasy. Nice.
I think I can make some arrangements. Follow me. And he'll begin to put everything away and gulp down what was in his goblet and then proceed to walk out of the room.
Alrighty. Naturally, we'll follow, and I'll, during that walk, make sure to mention female guards in front of Luna's door. If at all possible.
From
Or
the-
possibly construct gods.
We don't have that kind of technology here. I wish, but that's far too advanced. So,
Amish.
guards and... you're pretty close from it. So, female guards, I think I can have that arranged. But it won't be in front of her, it'll be more in front of all of you. And he opens a door to reveal essentially a bedroom. Pretty damn large, probably about as big as his own personal quarters, but it has 2 queen-size mattresses. Fully decked out with the footboard and the headrests, furnishing and all that. A desk, some chests.
I see.
I think if Luna wouldn't mind, I actually have a place safer for that she could rest. But I'd have to discuss that with her.
This Luna lady. You speak highly of her. What's her importance? If you don't mind my
One,
curiosity.
it's not that I speak highly of her, it's just that she was recently aggressed.
She's going through hard times, friend.
Uh-huh.
So,
Understood.
You guys wouldn't
She's
have to
also
have a
my
person who
employer.
sells powder kegs, would you?
Powder kegs.
Technically, you're the employee of the man who wants to date her, and we're just tagging along to help you with this. But yes, powder kegs. No questions.
I don't have any, but unfortunately we don't carry that kind of equipment. I have no use for it.
Could you get that before 9 days?
Unfortunately, no. If I were to get anything from imports or from trading amongst our traders of exchange... Hello, Kitty. God damn you. Quit trying to go after the fucking food.
The guy has a schizo moment and actually says that.
Damn.
If I were to have any kind of powder kegs imported amongst my traders of exchange, usually those take at least minimum of 3 weeks. To and from.
Damn. My grandpa doesn't have any, and I can't get him to get me any. My grandpa has magical transportation systems. Don't worry about it.
Nah, don't need to. I've seen my fair share of blights.
Excuse you. Oh, fuck off. No.
Not flat, more advanced.
God damn you,
Meow. Meow.
cat straight up darted for the fucking... Oh, fuck off. I don't know if anyone heard the cat.
Yes.
Yes,
That
sound
was
like a
very-
squeaky chair.
That was very entertaining.
Heh, moved it. You don't know where it is.
Goofball.
The cat
Okay.
will find it, and the cat will lick your face.
So... Well... I was sort of acquiring knowledge from my couriers to have them start sifting through all of our legal documentation, so between the archives and the filings. The archives are probably going to be the most pain in the ass because they hold many... Could you not rub against the mic, please? Thank you. Many years of...
Second schizo moment.
Many years of documents between trade and various offenders. So, if you want to gather your crew, you can humbly spend some time here. If I do find what I'm looking for, I'll see to it and start digging deeper. Because if this are what I'm thinking it is, this is from several generations ago. Meaning those who were involved are no longer with us. So I'll have to try and make amends my own self. See if I can make things right. It's a lot to ask from me, but nothing I can't handle. I've dealt with worse. Mostly. Now
If
then,
I could have a moment with you, one-on-one. I look at Victoria as I say one-on-one.
Bruh.
And he'll mouth, trust me, to Victoria.
snipes him.
Pull his pistol from between breasts, shoots Crow square in the face. No.
Nice booby trap.
Yeah. No, Victoria would just roll her eyes and walk out, slamming the door with her tail.
Teo gets caught in the door because it closes inwards.
God damn it!
No, I'm fucking with you. That's funny. That would be funny though. Anyway,
Right.
That would be like, you bastard.
no. Okay. So
Okay.
you're alone outside of the room.
I am ready to fade to the next scene.
What's happening? I'm gonna, hold on a second. I'm gonna go dump some in the sink. I'll be right back.
Okay. So, Tetra, you reconvene with Heineken, Nisha, and Luna.
All right. Tetra really can't talk to them because she knows they're still antisocial right now. Well, what she can say is that like I've checked around and there's no magic shops anywhere. There's no magic anything. I need to get stronger so I can protect you guys. I couldn't do it before.
Well, once we're out of this mess, I suggest we try and use something elsewhere. This place doesn't seem to be the most, to put it bluntly, fine and dandy.
Plus, we have to be careful. The hunters on our trail.
From what you tell us, the hunter's on our trail every step of the way. It's just a matter of when and where it decides it is an appropriate place of action, when that's most inconvenient.
Well, we don't know what he's going to lay in our path next.
Well, for instance, we just had this fight with these druids, and beforehand, it was, well, in a public environment. A stage play.
Who knows what's coming next? Plus,
I feel like I need to get stronger myself.
I return. I'm sorry for that interruption.
Oh, good.
Plus, we still have to worry about the full moon.
What's happening? Well, one, the full moon happened a couple of days ago in game, so no, we don't.
No,
literally
Tetra's currently talking to Nisa right now.
Oh, okay.
The full moon will rise again. And when it does, I need to make sure that I'm not in a position that what happened last time happens again.
Well, full moons usually happen once a month, so you've got a month to figure out how to get your head on straight.
Yeah.
That is, if that stick doesn't fuck with the cycle again. Which that alone probably threw the whole thing into chaos. Everything's off-centered. But that's none of my business.
Kind of is.
Well, it is because, well, none of my business to enough to meddle with.
I think I have an idea, but it might take some charisma that I don't know if I have.
Being
the guy in charge here. Surely he must know someone who can help. At least for my magic.
Well, judging by the fact he asked for a bunch of nobodies to help with something as big as this, I find that very unlikely. He's threading on the tangents of war. Not nearly as big as what the Grim Reaper has been throwing at the world, but still a war is a war, and he's treading it lightly. It's only his next decision that tangents whether or not he goes down it. But yet he hires us. People he doesn't know, people who doesn't even know his skills. He doesn't even know our skills. For all we knew, we were just a bunch of peasants with a sword. He's desperate. So it goes to show that he has no militaristic knowledge, let alone strategics or tactics or anything. He's a businessman, from the likes of it.
Then I have no idea what to do.
Well, my suggestion is take what you're trying to do now, back into town once we're done with here. They've got all kinds of things in that town. You're bound to find something. Hell, they even had a church. Someone there might even help. Not that you're the religious type. Whether you are or not is not my business, but suggestions.
Mouth soda.
Well, I wouldn't call what I've witnessed as godly.
I'll put it
Downright
this way.
unholy.
Not even. Outworldly. At least from what I've read.
What's the difference?
Well, unholy typically is involving with demons and infernals. Outworldly is things beyond mortal comprehension.
Pointing out the differences is for the other one, not for me.
Touche.
I don't like it if it tries to kill me.
I don't think anyone would.
Plus, it doesn't help that I'm the only one who can hold this staff.
Well, as far as you are aware, there may be others, but that's to be seen.
So what's the plan? What do we do now?
We wait for the others. They appear to be making negotiations, or collecting bounty, one of the two. Or both. We don't know. But all I know is I want to get the hell out of here. Sooner the better. This place gives me the creeps. Especially the fact that no one can still see you. Have you not realized that?
That did cross my mind, but I still don't know why.
Not sure myself. But then again, what do I know? Close to nothing is the answer. Anyway, so.
I want a pizza with nothing on it. Nothing?
Nothing?
So, I'm
Hold the
sorry.
sauce. The sauce? Hold the sauce.
Give me a pizza with
Hey.
extra cheese. And hold the tomato
Jim.
sauce. And hold the
Hold-
crust.
Hold the crust. Hey, Jimmy, give me a pizza with nothing.
Give me a cheese
Give me
with
a
none.
cheese.
Nothing.
What the fuck was wrong with that kid, by the way? Let's just take a second to acknowledge this.
It was. I've never seen it, but this is me being fucking stupid. He is the advertisement for eating shredded cheese out of the bag at 3 a.m.
You might not be wrong on that one.
Reminds me of a buddy I had back in high school.
Also, that kid is female, I think.
Oh, that was just a regular boy.
So
It
like,
was?
when do they get back?
Never.
I think now would be a good time to cut back. So. And back to our regular scheduled show, everyone. So, yeah.
Victoria just sitting there and
How long is this going to take?
Yeah, pretty much.
So after Crow and Leader Guy does their back and forth. River, that's your cue.
Pyro, quickly, go kick his door in. I don't care that you're in different states, just go kick his door in somehow.
River,
Shh.
No.
Be very quiet.
I'm hunting
I'm
idiots.
hunting retards.
Oh.
Pyro has to bleep that now.
You're allowed to say that on YouTube.
What?
You're allowed to say that word on YouTube.
YouTube
allowed.
censorship is stupid.
Yeah. Anyways,
See, even the song agrees with me.
I'll step out and I'll nose Victoria there.
Well,
You're right,
Victoria's
would've thought
is
you
in the
would've-
guest room. You guys were speaking outside by the doorway.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hence why I knocked and then.
Oh, the knocking was actually for in-game.
Yes.
I didn't realize
Yeah,
that you
none
were
of us
knocking.
caught the memo. None of us caught the memo.
This is why we can't have nice shit.
And you
I'm
wonder
not
why you're not
intelligent
invited to
enough.
parties.
No, I know.
Bro, that line fucking sold so many people.
Sold me. Anyways. Knocking on the door.
Who could that be?
Come in, you
knocking at my
dipshit. I'm
door?
still wearing clothes. Obviously.
Fooled you. Made you look.
Surprising me. We were out there for about another, 20 minutes or so?
Yeah, and why would I strip down in that time?
I don't know you all that well, just as you don't know me all that well. So, I figure I'd at least be polite and knock first.
I suppose that's fair.
Anyways. I'm surprised that you didn't decide to go tell the others.
There was one door right next to us. Also, I don't know where they currently are.
Well, I say we go look for them.
Well, you do that, so I'll go ahead and get going with sifting through the archives. I feel like that would be the first place that would be easiest to look.
Agreed. Now, if you'll excuse us, I'm gonna go ahead and start walking my way out, motioning for Victoria to follow along.
I guess I'm just gonna follow.
Follow the Dragonborn crow.
What? I can't hear you.
I couldn't
There's a large amount of iron golems dying. Let me turn down my volume settings.
Follow the Dragonborn crow.
Okay. That should be good now.
You following?
Yes.
Yay! We make our way outside. What do we see?
The whole town in ruins.
So, you return back to find Tetra, Nisha, Luna, and Heineken pretty much huddled together, still at close to the North Gate entrance, with Nisha kind of just leaning on one of the evergreen trees. Luna just pretty much arms crossed under her, right where the ribs are, just isolating herself.
I've got us lodging.
Well, that's a start. So how did all that go?
I'll explain it all in the room.
Understood. This is either going to be very good or very poor.
I'll start walking toward our lodging.
Okay. So, everyone essentially is now collectively gathered in this wannabe guest room.
Should I Should I get clothes? Did we forget that she literally hulked out of her outfit?
I personally didn't forget. But that is still a thing, yes.
I did. I
Sorry
didn't
for annoying
realize.
you.
Yeah, I don't appreciate
It's okay.
that, Pyro.
It's okay. Because when we get to the room, let's say I asked for clothes in Tetris size to be delivered there as well.
Okay.
Nothing fancy, but just
Just common
something.
clothes.
Yeah.
Well, she did visit a tailor before and was trying to get a new robe. Anyone remember that?
Yeah, we'll say that's the robe that
remember.
gets delivered. Because we did pay for that robe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or, well, Crow did, or you did. Someone paid for the robe.
It was Crow. And also the whatchamacallit as well. Just add in clothes. Follow the yellow brick. Yep. So I guess while we're in here, I'll go ahead, explain everything that I said publicly. Which in short is just explain what was going on, the whole 9-day ceasefire, for lack of a better term. And also how I've officially received payment, but I'm interested in seeing where the next couple of days go. How we all feel about this?
Might as well, but
What happens in the
We're
next
good,
few
we're-
days? Why bother stay around?
Something tells me it'll be worthwhile.
I'm not so sure about that.
well, are you sure you want to stick around? I mean, I, I, I still haven't gotten much else for except what the hunter's trial gave me, and I don't think anyone wants to like. I don't know what else I can do to be stronger to protect you guys. I unfortunately don't have much magic.
Patience.
Not without drawing on powers that don't seem to be for the best.
It's called a gun.
My suggestion is patience. And also, since you decided to speak up, we'd be here much longer if he had agreed to pick up your powder kegs as he requested.
One, it was a thought that I asked him about because, one, if they see that they have a large explosives, and two, you drop one down into what is presumably their main base, you could kill the majority of them by trapping them in. I would assume, given that that seems to be the only structure they... Or at least, it seems like the only structure they would have. you could simply just close it up and lock him in.
What even is the plan anyway?
You gotta
Well,
ask him.
I suggest that we watch for the next couple of days, see how things play out. If things seem to be going in a way that would benefit your sense of vengeance, we can stay. He says that looking directly at Nisha. Unless, of course, she doesn't want to.
More or less. I'm just trying to figure out what a lot of these very cryptic notes are lately. But if patience is needed, I'll see what I can buy. My voice for Nisha has very much changed a little bit. Normally, he's a little something higher pitched and more British.
Yeah, but he's a little angry right now.
That's an understatement.
You call that British?
Very slight texture of it. But anyway. So, about 2.5 days go by. And as everyone's pretty much collectively just hanging out at the guest room, there will be just a very subtle
Oh, we didn't even get to do like how we go to sleep.
I mean, you guys get the benefits of a long rest and whatnot. It's been a few days. I'm just fast forwarding things, keep things moving along.
Well,
Yeah.
I was gonna actually have Victoria offer to Luna to sleep in the Alchemist mansion, a pocket dimension that's guarded by the Alchemist and his constructs.
Chances are she'll definitely accept that just to get her own space and clear her own head. Hello, kitten. Are we still persistent? It's not up here. Quit looking for it.
Julio.
So yeah, knock at the door.
I'll be the one to answer.
Surprise, it's Greg.
Oops, sorry, wrong door.
Wait, that
No,
is fake
it's,
Greg. You get the hell out of here. Go away, fake
It's-
Greg.
But it's
No. It's Nugget's character.
She's there for like all of 5 seconds before getting banished back to the back rooms. Look, I'm
I feel
sorry.
like Amethyst at this point is nothing more than just a cameo Easter egg.
Amethyst is a meme.
So yeah, it's your leader guy, and he's got pretty much the equivalence of like a manila folder.
I'll accept it.
Amethyst
So as you open
exists
it
in
up-
spirit.
The file that you brought, as well as a copy that is definitely old, worn, and beat up. Needless to
Where'd my
say, you're
pants
onto
go?
something. But, judging by certain documentations I found, otherwise,
Seems like your opposing party is hiding certain things of their own. Slaps down another manila folder that's triple thick.
Well, let's take a look.
Out here on Thursday night, triple caked up.
So, Kat, could you not rub your ass against the mic, please? In all genuinity.
It says it must.
So, as you open it, the first handful of pages are front and back, 3 columns of just names. A lot of names, possibly hundreds. And a few more after that appear to be various legal documentations that you can affiliate to be something similar to a will. Go ahead and roll me an insight check.
Okay. Ah. You bastard, that's an 8 total.
8.
Roll me a check for getting blasted in the face with psionic powers by the God Emperor himself.
So, as you begin looking through various papers and going back and forth, you begin piecing together that this is either a death count or a kill count, and the wills are, well, they're just that. They're wills of various people. This isn't the first time the two forces have butt heads before, but judging by his tone and his confusion, this is the first time in his lifetime and in his power.
Who's eating Snickers?
What I want to know is, where does all of this line up in your head?
I've been told various stories of my great-grandfather being what you would call an adventurer, but what I call an explorer. Adventuring through various unknown, uncharted territories and seeing what he can find. Clearly, he found a fairly large patch of land and took on, birthing the small village we know now. Because he did mention somewhere in his stories, well, not he himself, but my father, of, well, supposedly the goddess of the stars led him to this very spot. Or so he claims. With that being said, that doesn't make sense to me, due to what we use the goddess of the stars for, which is for safe navigation and cross-sea travel. What the hell was that? What was that? Why did you just nom me?
Sorry, I commanded the cat psychically to nom on you. Told him it'd be very funny. He agreed.
So, I'll look over to Is Luna currently in the room, or is she still in the
She's been spending the
Alchemist
past
manor?
several days in the mansion. In the mansion.
Okay.
Which means Victoria has also been there.
All right. At the mention of the goddess of the stars, I'll eyeball Nisha and Tetra. and Heineken. Only see Heineken sort of like with that dumb look on his face where it's obvious he's currently having to bat with himself.
Man, fuck you. Man, fuck you too. No, fuck you first. I fucked you second. That's
So you know
right.
that look whenever
Oh,
cat is like
no.
overheating and they have their tongue out.
Yo.
That's what I imagine you look like right now, Mister. I'm mute most of the session.
Well, for a good reason. Put it at that.
Enjoy getting your dick sucked, friend.
No, he had
No.
to scream at the homeless.
No.
Sorry, that was me.
Both would be a lot. Anyway. What did I miss? My bad.
So, it's 2.5 days later. The leader has brought back documentation to reinforce the documentation Crow had brought up by finding copies, as well as essentially aftermath documents of either a kill count or a death count, along with wills that align with certain names on some of the lists. This isn't the first time the druids in this town have gone head to head, but must be the first time that he has seen it. And he's starting to put pieces together of stories he's been told as a child.
Okay.
And on mention of the goddess of the stars, I look over to you, Nisha, and Tetra. With that look of like, what detail am I missing here?
So I don't know if you remember or not, Crow, but there's a statue right here that's explicitly just that. Oh wait, I'm not sharing my screen here. Here we go. This one right here.
Yeah, but as far as like the history behind the goddess,
Oh right, because you're not
you know,
from here.
being an outsider and everything.
Yeah, you're what we refer to as the current second planeswalker.
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, as far as I'm aware, she's exactly as it sounds, the goddess of the stars. She's the, how do you call it? Not harbor master, but well, you have the god of the sea, and they oversee everything at sea. Well, she oversees everything of the sea of stars and planets and astronomy. That's just about as much as I know. I don't know much on it. I need to piss. I'll be right back.
Cringe.
Alright, and we're back.
Cool, where we leave off?
So you were asking to the crew about the goddess of the stars, since you're not from here.
With my eyes, yes.
Nisha is vaguely familiar, just from what light reading he's done.
Right. Start explaining how she's the one who does, like, basically.
Overseer of
I
stars and
remember now,
planets.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Cool. Yes. Go ahead. Put a pin in that.
So, what else are we doing?
I'll turn my attention back to the overseer.
Yep. starting to align certain dots, but still many are confusing. Nonetheless. But if what I'm seeing is correct, I have to do what's right for my people. Defend them. So tell me, how easy were these things to kill, as you've killed a few yourselves?
Their weak spots to their underside.
Do you want me to tell him?
Tell me what.
I'll go. Come on. Well, go ahead, Tetra.
Well, these things, their influence is from. They I guess they were normal griffins at one point, but they came across an influence that the druids used to mutate them into something unknown and unknowable. And they're not easy to take down. The druids have been what we killed was a side effect of all that meddling and forces they couldn't possibly comprehend. I have reason to believe that, well, they got to the Emerald Void and they have no idea what they just unleashed.
Oh, cock an eyebrow.
You don't know the Emerald Void. I know that. I did, and I paid the price for it. And she reveals her arm.
Cursed.
Yes. And I was lucky. If they continue meddling in forces like the Emerald Void, there's no telling what they might unleash.
How are you confident that these individuals are practicing in what you say?
Because what we ended up killing, I absorbed it into my body. And now, well, I've gained its traits.
But if that's where you're from, it would make sense. How are you confident that there's another one like you?
Because the Emerald Void, something's been chasing me for a long time, and it found its way into your area. I have a feeling that it got to them too, promising them things that they could never obtain, but they certainly tried. That's what it does. It promises you your greatest dreams, your wildest desires ever conceived to be granted, but only at the cost that you work for them, that you speak their name, that you spread their influence.
And you're still confident that this thing that they worship is from where you're from?
If there's one thing I know, it's the stars. They used to fill me with hope. They used to fill me with the kind of wonder that any kid would like. And they look up at the stars at night and see all the constellations. All the stars bring me now is this sense of dread that what's out there is so unknown and foreign. The sky watches us. I can always hear the stars starting to scream.
Looks over to Heineken. Maybe someone sane can tell me what they're talking about?
He's gonna go ahead and pretty much like snap his attention back. Apologies, what did you just say? I usually blur them out.
Being that you've all killed a few of these creatures, I asked, how easy or difficult were they? This one went on a tangent on nonsense.
Extremely
There-
difficult.
They were not easy to take down. We got lucky.
And you took down 20 as a whole group?
Yeah.
Correctly, yes.
Not
We
as
took
a whole
on-
group. Not as a whole group. Yeah. Don't ask. Well, I'm more inclined to how many of you actually took them down. Minus me and the woman. Not that one, but the one that's... Yeah. The white-haired one. That's the one. So, the Jester, the Devil, the Dragonborn, and the Cursed. The 4 of you took down 20. And call that difficult. I see a small army would be able to
Then
handle
we're in
this,
human
I think.
form.
As long as they're in human form. That would make more
That
nightmares.
plus, we managed to get the ambush on them. Without that ambush, we probably wouldn't have even killed half of them.
So things played in your favor. If we were run straight ahead, things might not go nearly as well. Well, more or less. Tell me about this thing you swear they worship. Whatever this Emerald Void is, let's take that out of the equation. What is this thing they worship?
Some sort of panther god. I didn't get the best read on what he was saying back there.
I saw it. It was a panther, but it looked unnatural. I
I'm not
swear
sure
I
how.
saw it. I swear I had seen it before, but I can't recall where. It was like it was much larger, like how there are dire wolves. This looked like that, but like with a panther.
One more time, just to make sure I'm understanding you correctly.
This was an unnatural, gigantic panther.
So, a dire panther.
Yes, if that's the best I can think of.
And you believe this to be some kind of otherworldly force? Why?
I have a sense about these things. Sometimes I get a shiver down my spine, a chill up the back of my neck. I just felt something in there that connected me to it. Like a puzzle piece that didn't quite fit, mixed in with another puzzle piece that didn't quite fit. We attract each
River
other.
casually driving.
Just giving background noise. I like it a little bit. So, he's gonna, like, his confused face is gonna grow even more confused. He looks like he's about to start to say something and then just shakes his head off of it. I'm conducting an investigation to see pricing and funding for a relatively small army. See if we can eradicate them or push them back to leave us alone. Show them that we mean business, and if they want to stay where they are, they're more than welcome. Just leave us alone. We were not bothering them as far as I was concerned. 250 gold per head brought to me. If you wish to continue work, If not, reasonable and you may be on your merry ways. You've brought enough attention to me to be willing of the agreements made previously.
What should we do, boss? She's talking to
I'll look
Crow.
over to Nisha.
Sean, what was
Your
that
call.
that thing that just happened?
I completed a chapter.
I see.
Nisha, what should we do?
How badly do we need the money?
My services don't come cheap.
Well, we will need the money, but it'll be tricky to take down that many of them. I still don't have the firepower right now.
Well,
Just if I need that.
from being what it sounds like, Crow mentioned we had 9 days when we last arrived. It's been close to coming on to 3, meaning we've got less than a week to get you firepower, which is unrealistic. So we have to work with what we've got, because war does not wait.
She looks at the leader, and she's like, I know you probably don't know much about magic,
None at all.
but I need something that I can use to power my magic. Something I can bolster myself with.
Well, unfortunately, you're asking the wrong person. I know nothing.
Then I have no choice. She just looks at her staff. I hope I don't live to regret this.
What's the size of this small army that you're bringing in, Overseer?
Well, I'm still collecting more or less funds for the commission. But what I've seemed to see is that there's a crew that is available for hire, a group of mercenaries sourced out from the east. 50 men. I feel that would be more sufficient. With or without you. But with would make it all that more easier.
We should probably do as he says. I have this nagging feeling that if we don't help him, well, it'll only get worse.
I also have this
Does anyone
nagging...
have way again?
Huh?
Does anyone have any way to get in touch with Luna and Victoria?
Technically, they're in a demi-plane that is impenetrable from the outside, unless you are a god.
I simply walk through the door.
Only Victoria can summon the door, and certain other members of
I make
the Weston family.
I simply do it.
You don't have the key, and the door doesn't stay in physical existence constantly.
Sounds like a skip share.
Yeah,
So, well, we have no way of reaching them, so
So now do we just cut to the two of them?
Sure.
So I imagine because Luna's been having her problems, the alchemist himself, she's not seen him since she came in. Victoria's seen him a couple of times to go talk to him aside from Luna. But they're probably in what is effectively a spa room. Victoria trying to help Luna relax as the alchemist constructs
What?
are tending to them. I'll let
How
you
did that get here?
set the scene. I'll let you decide how Luna starts Pyro.
So chances are she's probably just soaking in a bath.
You feeling any better, Luna?
Physically.
Well,
Mentally, I still have it playing over and over again. I understand he's just trying to help, but unfortunately, he just... It's one of the reasons why I hate men. Even before I met Nisha was the only one that actually, well, showed me any level of respect. Uncle Rythe, he respected me in the sense of how a father would respect his daughter, but still strict, protective. While the others just saw me as, well, the only elven girl in town, and go figure elves have their youth. What they say about youthful women.
no, I don't actually.
Well, more or less, it's the more youthful the woman, the more brighter the children. Or at least that's how it goes where I'm from.
I can't say I've heard that one. I'm sorry.
No. There's a reason I stay away from men as best I can. Nisha was the only one that made me feel safe. But there's always been something itching at me that tells me that I should stay away, more or less because, well, he relies on that damn book. Without that book, he wouldn't have found me, but at the same time, without that book, I wouldn't have found him to have some level of trust in people. But
That
what,
is
he
kind
relies on
of
that
weird.
damn... It's like his whole life revolves about that fucking book. He
Yeah.
says it's gonna lead him straight to his memories, but it's taking us to the most bizarre places.
To be fair, the most prominent memories tend to be the most bizarre, don't they?
Well, what is me? What do I have to do with any of this?
Well,
All I remember
Have
from my
you-
childhood is being locked in this stone room in the pits of the underworld as a sense of protection. Like it was a trophy being locked in a vault. A bunch of individuals broke me out and convinced the person trying to protect me that things have calmed down for me to be released.
not to pry, but any description of those individuals?
Well, one was obviously Rythe.
Okay.
He stepped
Well-
away to proceed to care for me. Let's see. There was a male pirate.
Wait, what
Had
was
this-
his name?
I don't remember many names. He had this
lizard with him. Talking lizard. Azaza was that there?
Oh no!
Would it,
Just
Oh,
the oh no!
Go back to the
Did-
fucking hole you came from, asshole!
did he wear a bicorn and have a gray beard?
Did he
I'm
have
sorry
corn?
to ask, but
Oh, wow.
he kind of sounds like one of the people I myself am looking for.
What was it? The first part you said before the gray beard?
A bicorn hat, that's what Hustis wears. Wait, Kana, does Hustis wear a bicorn or a tricorner?
He wears a bicorn.
Okay. The Admiral's hat's from One Piece.
The
Oh,
animals
okay.
didn't wear-
So like mid to late 1700s European hat.
yeah, the admirals didn't wear those hats.
No, but I knew that somehow Pyro would get that.
1700s Navy military.
Captain Jack Sparrow.
Like
No, Captain, he wears a tricorn.
the French
understand.
Revolutionary War era. Okay.
It's the same concept. One last corner.
Fair enough, Sean.
So the hat does sound familiar. He had like some
Did he
lizard.
carry an anchor for some reason?
Was he stupid?
He didn't, but an orc did. Wearing
An orc.
very
What was the orc's armor?
like
Did it
Hmm?
kind of look like an archdevil?
no, it looks more like a how do I describe it? It's very unique yet elaborate. Calls himself a
Neat.
paladin of judgment, but didn't look anything like a paladin.
Burning wrath, actually.
He used to beat the
That's
fucking living
my-
shit out of it.
Some number of times Great Uncle Greg, and I think you're describing Hustis, of the captain of the ship of a man I'm looking for. Jack, actually.
He herded them onto a boat and he beat the living crap out of every single one of them.
But that's
pissed
besides
on my
the
wife.
point for right now.
Pissed.
We can talk about that later. But some, if it may help you feel any better, the man whose home we're in, so to speak, or the recreation of his true home, where it lay in the mountain above my home, he's an old friend of the god of justice. No one knows exactly how old he is, but he is the progenitor of the hero family Grimbar, if you know of them in any
The Grim
sense.
Bard sounds familiar.
The orc you met was one of them. He probably tried to help you get out of there because he believed you were in danger. But long ago, he lost his wife and daughter to, despite himself, well, everyone thinks he's an elf, but we're not really so sure on that. He looks like one, but he doesn't act like any elf you've ever met. I'm sure you saw that. But he is aggressively protective of his family and those who they care about, because his wife and daughter were murdered, and he, while off trying to work in the name of justice, 2 separate occasions, mind you, was trying to, could not protect them. So now he spends his time trying to figure out how to bring them back. And has the rest of the Grimbards fulfilling his end of the spreading good and keeping the scales of justice in balance. So as long as we're in here, anything short of a god stronger than justice isn't touching you. Because he will destroy them or delay them before allowing us to escape before destroying this pocket plane
Wrong fucking way.
and then, well, absconding himself. I don't know if that brings you any more sense of calmness, but hopefully it may help some. And I guess until you feel better every time we gotta rest, you're welcome to come with me instead of Heineken and Lucas. He only lets me have one guest in. That's where
Oh.
Victoria ends her little attempt to make Luna feel better.
Just trying to figure out where I fall in all this. That book of his tells me I'm the last person alive that can fix everything. Yet, I'm treated like I'm just a person to him, which is comforting, but at the same time concerning, being that other people would rather lock me away in a vault.
Have you considered that those peoples aren't good peoples?
One of them kept me alive, that's for sure.
Well, I don't know about you, but
I hope the
that's a
fuck-
weird way to show affection.
Wasn't exactly affection, more or less keeping me alive to survive, possibly this moment. Figuring out how I'm supposed to be saving the world, if this even is true. Keeps pointing out my mark. Surprised anyone knows of it.
What now? Didn't hear what you said clearly, I'm sorry.
He keeps pointing out my mark. I'm surprised anyone even knows of it.
What mark?
Well, you see it as what appears to be a tattoo, but I got the art done to cover it up. It's some sort of mark, branding, something that's given to me at birth for this Christiary that he speaks of. I have a little bit of a history with it, thanks to Uncle Ryth, but
Wait,
it
like
makes sense.
You want to go check out the Alchemist Library? He's got all kinds of stuff in there. I'm sure maybe some of it's on that Christiary. He collects all kinds of knowledge. Given no one knows his age, he might even be old enough to tell you about it.
Wouldn't hurt. See if it's all mumbo jumbo or worth sticking around.
So, we gonna go talk to him?
After the bath. I'm a little
Sounds
comfy
good.
right now.
Yeah, it is really nice.
Everyone else in the room. Mood! Real!
Joke's on you, they're all machines!
They just all in sync raise one arm. Real!
All the golems, for some reason, just real.
It's like that one scene from Spaceballs. Yo!
How many assholes are aboard this ship anyhow?
I knew it, I'm surrounded by assholes. All right. So do we want to fast forward a little bit just to keep things moving?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So, oh, what a coincidence! Speak of the devil, pun intended. A rift splits open in the middle of the room, and out they come.
Who's the alchemist? No, he's gonna have more decorum than that. He
No,
knocks on the
Victoria
door.
and Luna.
He
Oh
just goes ahead and just says,
no! Wait, how long have they been in there for?
Handful of hours on top of the 2 days.
No. Because there's actually a time limit to how long they can stay in there.
he's gonna say goodbye.
I mean, you could go back in there at the end of the day. Oh, time to go to bed. We go back in there.
Actually, no. There's a buffer on how long if they overstay the welcome.
It was an idea.
I know, but it's 48 hours. They ought to stay for 48 hours.
Days.
Okay, so that's enough time.
Days left.
Yeah. Okay, actually, no, there is no time limit. You just get kicked out after 2 days.
Stop freeloading, you fucking losers.
So, did Luna and Victoria talk to the alchemist about?
Yeah, we'll say they did.
I imagine the bath might have been towards the beginning of them doing that stuff. They had 2 days.
Yes.
So, well, we've learned a little bit more about the Christieri. What have y'all been up to?
Perfect timing. We were just discussing what our next plan of action should be.
Mhm.
We have a couple of options. We can leave, take our payment, and let the overseer and his small group of mercenaries take care of the job that we started. Or we can get paid 250 gold a head if we decide to stay and fight.
Mm-hmm.
Quite frankly,
I kind of like the money, but I don't like the fact that we're going up against those things again, and we don't know what they can do. We won because of a fluke, and we were able to kill one creature that was that thing, and it was trying to kill all of them. Whoever mic is echoing, please move it away from your speakers.
It's the cell phone.
Please lift from table so it does not echo.
That better?
Let me see.
Mic
Yes.
check
Thank
1,
you,
2,
River.
3. Mic check 1, 2.
Who's Mike and why are we checking?
Oh, Wazowski. We're checking to see if he filed his paperwork.
What was Tetra about to say?
I was saying like it's going to be a hard fight if we go after these guys. I still don't have the firepower to take them on, which means that I have no choice but to resort to, well, you know.
You say that like you don't have the rest of us with you.
Well, I have you guys, but I still think that my magic needs a little more firepower.
Yeah, your magic can actually attack. Everything I can do is inconvenience people or create illusions.
Uh, so she's gonna. She's like, so what? So what do we do? Do we take them on or do we go?
Well, I think, Luna, what would you like to do?
I want to find this temple. I have a strong feeling I have an idea of what's going on here. Not. Sorry, I was lost in. What are we talking about? What?
I
Yeah,
would stay and help.
you all realize that she was definitely lost in thought that entire conversation.
Are we staying and helping, or are we going and moving on?
What value do they provide us?
250
Money.
gold ahead.
And a whole bunch of mercenaries to help us out.
What are we fighting again? Why are we even here?
Exterminatus on the guys who attacked you.
Oh, those fuckers. Yeah, slaughter.
Alright, so it looks like we're staying.
Should I stay or should I go?
I think we need to loot.
Stay, there will be trouble.
If I go, it will be double.
Well, it seems that we've chosen violence.
That's my favorite choice.
In the to be this way.
Hey, Pyro, what is the nearest settlement to this one?
Nearest settlement would be, as far as you're aware, to the west, probably where he's getting this.
I'm sorry, is that a...
Yes.
Oh.
Sorry, Minecraft stuff.
So it's to the west, probably where he's getting all these mercenaries. If you had to take a guess, it's on the other side of the Druid territory, and it's right against the shoreline of the main ocean. From what you can tell off of your map, it's not a very big town, but it's definitely a district area. One that has pretty much a nail when it comes to fishing trade.
What are the chances that we would find the tomes that Petra has such an interest in?
Only one way to find out. You know for sure the town that you came from before here would have them. But that's a... Hello, Kitty. Oh, that's a robin. No, that's an asshole. Never mind. As far as this town, you haven't been there, so you're not sure. But there's only one way to find out.
Okay, and what were you about to say about the other town that we came from?
Oh, that you know for sure that they would have that, but that is a whole like train ride away. If you go on foot, it'd probably be a day or two. Hello, how are you?
A day or two's travel on foot.
Yep.
Time we do not have.
But as far as the district goes, that's closest settlement. You'd have to pretty much go through the Druid territory, which maybe be half a day.
We unfortunately do not have the time to waste going to the other district. We have to go to the place we're needed.
I wouldn't say that. They promised 9 days. We're coming up on the third.
And we're running out of time.
Just enough time for you to find whatever it is you're looking for.
Shall we fast forward to getting to that town, or?
We're coming up on time. We got maybe 5 minutes left.
And I have work at 6, so I cannot do overtime.
Same. So, I think we'd be able to get Tetra to this town, find something that'll help her out, and be back in time. It's a day
I
or two
think that-
travels on foot.
I think that's a next session.
Oh yeah, no, most definitely. That is the next session deal.
Plus, Tetra has that new pack boon. Yeah, you knew that though, right?
As a player,
Yeah.
yes.
I already have a plan for how that's going to work.
But yeah, no, I was just saying that we could realistically make it work one day into town, travel to and from, and be back just in time for us to get ready to go fight.
Yeah, because I need firepower. Pyro, I have a question.
I have an answer potentially.
We know about the summon undead thing.
Okay.
Is there a potential that I could upgrade that to summon an aberration?
Summon Aberration is a 4th level spell.
Well, I mean, like just something like, or like, there should be a. Why is it always the one? Oh,
Well then.
what are you doing?
Who's got piano playing?
Sorry, I thought I had muted my mic.
All right.
So I was saying, like, why is the summon aberration spell always the one that, like, every time I want to cast something, it's always out of my range?
It's because you're just looking at them and not looking at the level.
No, I wasn't even looking at that one. I thought about the ability of like to create undead spells, but they're like turned into aberration. Just like they still work the same. It's just their aberrations in appearance now.
aberration and undead are two completely different types of monster types.
And unfortunately, I can't even cast. I only can cast the second level.
I say I don't think anyone can cast that high yet.
Nope.
I don't even know what level that spell is.
4th.
So soon, but not yet.
Alrighty. It do be that time, so have a good night, humans.
Yep,
I
yep.
do also have to go. Who says I'm human?
And Tori.
Damn.
Thank you.
Couldn't just leave it at goodbye, humans. Crazy. Don't listen to Tori.
No, totally listen to me.
Nope.
I have
No, I
the
fully
best.
believe that Tori's not human.
That's
I
crazy.
fully believe
That's
that Tori is
fucking
a tulpa.
I'm what?
A
A
tulpa.
tulpa.
The fuck's a tulpa?
A tulpa is a platform, essentially.
No.
It's basically an imaginary
I-
friend that takes on its own personality and
I'm a
takes on its
mind
own
demon.
consciousness.
That's nerd
Yeah.
shit.
That's similar to what a tulpa is. Hey, better be a mind demon than a mind goblin.
Heard. Also, completely forgot, and Tori low-key reminded me. For it's kind of ironic how the two people that get the new items were the ones that spoke with the overseer first. He will give you 2 items, one for each of you, that he will see fit. I will DM them to you.
Yay!
Pyro just DMs me the stats for an actual Glock 19.
Here you go, buddy.
No, it's not. But here's the thing, though. It'll be the stat block for a Glock 19. You'll recognize it's a Glock 19 upon reading it, but the name of the item is your 100% stored discount.
My
Damn.
favorite item.
Oh,
Who doesn't like a 100% discount?
I know. Yeah, but that's not what I was saying a fuck about.
Sean, did you unleash nuclear hell on the server?
No. No,
Taking
no.
advantage of 100% discounts.
We need to go to the end.
It's okay, Sean. I'll start doing villager stuff.
The
we can go to the
nether.
end.
No, the other one. The end.
Okay. Anyway.
What is it? Did I get any items?
You got a boon.
No.
This is me making up for what they didn't get in battle.
Oh,
I was gonna say everyone else got an upgrade, but we didn't get something.
Any last words before we dip and dab and close the recording?
humu humu nuku nuku apua.
What the fuck?